listening to the Mark Bradford Alchemy for Life podcast.
UPS, but not the guy with the brown shorts. Well, hey there. Welcome back. My voice is still not exactly where it used to be, but I'd like to think I'm at, 90%. You tell me. Why don't you write a scathing letter to me to tell me that my voice is just not as good as it used to be? Let's do that. So, how have you been? Things are okay? You're doing well? Ups and downs, that sort of thing? Let's talk about the down. And I don't mean down, like, major depression and things like that. I mean, we've done a little bit on that. I have a number of podcasts about that. Depression is portable, and etc. Please go listen to that and know that you are not alone if you are suffering from that. What I'm talking about is being in a relatively good place, but you have these moments in which you're a little like, you're a little lost, and you're a little lost, or maybe you're out of gas. And it's not a big thing. It's a little thing. Even people who are type A, get everything done, take on major products and projects and so forth, even those people have those moments. As a human being, you have to have those moments. There's the moments where you stop and you recalibrate and you think, okay, now what? Or you're like, I'm just spinning my wheels here. Wow, I don't know what to do. But there are more elements to that than just going, I just need to spin my wheels, or I'm spinning my wheels, rather. We all have a purpose and a number of purposes. Work purpose, family purpose, personal purpose, all that stuff. We also have needs. I mean, there's Maslow's hierarchy, which, by the way, I disagree with. I don't think it's arranged the way it's shown on the little pyramid. Are you hungry? Are you in pain? Do you need to make more money? Do you need a hug today? The answer to that last one is always yes. Yes, you do need a hug today, and so do I. And to be clear, I'm not talking about the times in which you're kind of putzing. I think putzing with things, just messing around with stuff, picking up some tools or getting involved in some project or whatever. That's good. That's healthy. Emotionally, physically, intellectually, spiritually. That's really a healthy thing to do. Just like having fun. Just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to eat some chips and I'm going to watch this show, which is a guilty pleasure. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not talking about those times either. Well, wait, what am I talking about? I'm talking about those little moments where you're like, huh? And those moments become very clear when you are in a position to be either isolated or you're in an environment you're normally not in. To solve this for me, I thought, well, let's go back to the baseline, right? And I came up with 3 things that come to my rescue. So if I have the moments where I'm like switching gears, or I'm like, I don't know what to do now, I just finished a project, I'm a little down, I'm okay, but I don't know what to do next. I turn to these 3 letters, and the letters are UPS, and I'm not talking about the guy in the brown shorts that heralds the arrival of spring. So, what does UPS stand for? UPS stands for upkeep, productivity, and self-care. If you've listened to some of the other episodes I have, you'll know that I draw a very distinct line between self-care and self-love. We're talking about self-care. So you can go listen to those other episodes about self-care and self-love. I think I have at least 2 on that. So what's upkeep? Well, upkeep is really just looking around and seeing, what do I need to keep things moving in my household, in my job, in my whatever it is that is important to me in my life. Do I need to pack lunches for the kids and I put that off? Or do I need to sweep the floors? Do I need to change the batteries on things? Just upkeep, keeping things running. And the reason that's important is when people become depressed and they go down the slippery slope of depression, that's what suffers first. It's, oh yeah, you didn't wash the dishes. The dishes are in the sink and you forgot to do this and you don't really care about that anymore. And you haven't really done laundry in a long time. And again, we're not talking about major depression, but the slope is ever present. So if you do your upkeep, it's stuff that needs to get done, but it's also stuff that enhances your environment and makes you feel better about being you and knowing that you have control over your environment. There are a host of reasons why that's a good idea. So there's upkeep, and that may not excite you. Like, well, wait, Mark, I was like thinking of like screwing around, but now I got to do the dishes. It's upkeep. The next one is productivity. Boy, does this sound fun, doesn't it? Oh boy, Mark, I'm going to apply this right away. I'm going to become more productive when I just want to sit down. Again, it's not about you were thinking of sitting down and having some chips, delicious chips, and watching something, and you should just be productive. It's about those lost empty times. And mind you, like so many people in the world, you may find that you've gotten into the rut where when you do have these empty times, you do fill them up with what the media wants you to fill them up with. And I don't mean to be conspiratorial. I'm saying media as in that big giant box that's ever present, whether it's your monitors, your TV, your phone, and so forth. That's what I'm talking about. They're constantly bombarding you with things that you can do instead of what I'm telling you. Well, you might as well watch the next season of this. Why don't you just binge watch it? And again, I'm trying to draw that line between you as an adult having the option to screw around and have fun and you going, oh, I'm lacking direction. I'll just do this. So P as in productivity. Productivity to you means whatever it means to you. In other words, if you do a task and it made you feel productive, then it was productive, okay? And there's a little bit of overlap between upkeep and productivity. But upkeep is essentially something that you would go, oh yeah, I needed to clean those. I needed to do this. I needed to replace the batteries in the alarms and things like that. Productivity is you checking something off. It's you going, oh, I got that thing done. I was productive today. Because when you tell people that you just did upkeep all day long, they're like, wow, that sounds boring. But if you tell somebody that you did something productive, I was productive today. Oh, wow, you're really ambitious. People immediately have a very positive reaction to productivity, and so do you for your own productivity. You seeing the pattern with these two things so far? And then finally, the S is self-care. And just a quick distinction here again, if you didn't listen to the other episodes. Self-love is you making yourself feel loved. It's things you do for yourself. It's rewards. It's things to say, hey, you're an important person. Okay? You're an important person. Here's something in some way, shape, or form. Self-care is making sure you are cared for. And the easiest way to think of that is if you were your own daughter or son, it would be brilliantly obvious what you would need to do to care for them, right? You'd make sure they're cared for, they're warm, they're taken care of, they're fed, they feel good, they feel loved, all that stuff. It's self-care. So when you do the UPS and you get to the S, that's doing things for you. And that can include working out, taking a walk, going to a cafe, having some kind of fun snack. Oh, we're back to the chips again. Delicious. Whatever makes you feel like you're important to you. The self-care of making sure you're okay. And again, when it comes to depression, this can be one of the very first things people let go of. And it's that, well, you haven't been eating, have you? I don't know. I eat once in a while. I'm not really that hungry. So eat something good and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? So upkeep, productivity, and self-care. That's what you murmur. That's what you shout to yourself when you're like, ugh. When you get that little emptiness or whatever. And again, as I said in the article, look, I'm not trying to compete with somebody being spiritual and having religion. Okay? When I say you're empty inside, I'm not talking about a massive emptiness, okay? That's a completely different thing. I'm talking about these little moments of that, and you can fill them in with however you want, which includes spirituality and religion. You can say, oh, well, my self-care mark is that I pray. My self-care is that I meditate. Well, great. That's wonderful. It's just under the umbrella of self-care. So the next time you have these moments in which you're switching gears or what have you, just think UPS, and you won't be so lost anymore. And you'll feel a lot better about yourself, your environment, and your life moving forward just with this little tip. As always, I really hope this helped you. I really need you to tell me if it helped you or not. Please, by all means, communicate with me and let me know if it helped or not. So, thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Thank you for listening. I love your feedback as always. Keep it coming. I always appreciate if you like, share, subscribe, and all that nonsense. And if you don't, that's cool too. By now, my new novella, The Devil's in the Details, has hit the shelves. If you like a smoldering quick read, then you may love reading The Devil's in the Details. Check it out.